because I'm stuck between this day and the next. Most of the time, anyway. I need a tragic event to change. Like a murder. I've got a pill. It's got a small skull and crossbones. Should I take the tablet, Doctor? I'm exhausted. Doctor, is our time up?
Listen to me! You're not listening! It's your only bloody job! Well, let's call him God. He creates this world for his amusement, something he can play with and occasionally alter to suit his mood. God loves chaos, but something goes wrong. Man and woman evolve. What was once chaotic becomes, well, more ordered.
Right, let's go on to Nathan. Is he still alive? Nathan? Looks like it. Did his loop stop?
Hello again, Doctor. I had a bit of a shaky loop incident, but let's not talk about it. Yesterday, I set fire to Hannah's clothes in the garden.
Why is everyone setting fire to stuff?
To move forward, I instantly regretted it. And lo and behold, here we are, a new day. Hannah's clothes are a pile of ashes.
That's sad. Hannah, in case you don't know, guys, was his girlfriend that he met at school, and they played Warcraft together, I remember. And she unfortunately perished in a potential truck accident, but chat don't believe that it actually happened. That could be the cause of his loop. So when someone witnesses something so traumatic, they will maybe play the day before over and over because they don't want to deal with the current reality. But chat don't think he's telling the truth. We've only got his word. Can we go back to the blonde? How is he alive? I don't know. Maybe the pill was something else. Maybe he just got high for a little bit. What did Dekker think of you? Why did you burn Hannah's clothes?
I've kept almost all of her stuff as she left it. Just the clothes. I decided to burn those yesterday, so here I am. Hannah loved clothes. Every season, she'd donate her entire wardrobe to some charity or another, and only buy stuff she loved. I was left with winter. I don't even know what her favourite season was. Does it matter? What's your favourite season, Doctor?
Summer. Because my back doesn't hurt so much. Definitely summer. He's a failed porn star. Placebo effect. Let's go. Told you it was a Jolly Roger. We just gave out some ecstasy. It's fine. It's all good. It's for the love of the mind. Okay, it's for the love of the mind.
If you like summer, it's supposed to be flexible and carefree. You do care, don't you, Doctor?
I actually don't. That's really true.
That's not really something I know about. Dr. Dekker felt that Hannah was holding me back. The memories of Hannah. In his opinion, I was holding on to the past. So I guess he cursed me. That's even a thing.
Did the loop start before or after he started coming to therapy? Did he come to therapy for the loop? Or did he come to therapy for the Hannah situation? And then Dekker said something, and then the loop happened. And maybe he does this with a lot of patients, so that's why someone's perished him. I'm not allowed to say I'm allowed to say murder? Could someone clarify that? I don't know. He cursed you?
Yes, Dr. Dekker cursed me. I don't really want to talk about it, but let's just say I blame him for the way I am. Can you give me some advice, Doctor?
I really feel like this Nathan guy has came to the practice for Hannah passing away in a terrible accident, if it happened. And Dekker said something to him, because, you know, in the practice of psychology, the first thing you're taught in year 1 is you have to be really careful with your questions, because posing like closed questions where a patient can only go down one track can lead them to psychosis, especially if they're in a very vulnerable position, which he was. So if he's came to the practice because of Hannah, and then Dekker said something, and then he started having a loop, he's going to be very angry. So he blames the doctor and he has motive. I agree, King Lazy. I totally agree. Nathan is definitely more suspicious than Bryce and Jasmine. Okay.
I've been trying to think how I can get past today. I've come up with a couple of choices. I could set fire to Hannah's photographs. I've got them in Dropbox anyway. Setting fire to the clothes did the trick. Or setting fire to a rocking chair. She sounds like an old lady, but she loved that rocking chair, which I've not sat in since. Which one do you think's best?
Nathan, why do you feel like you have to set fire to things? Why? Jasmine set fire to the art gallery. Nathan set fire to the clothes so far. Now wants to either set fire to photographs or a rocking chair. What's the deal with the fire? Is some sort of symbolism? Please don't set fire to anything.
Sorry, I don't know. Is it me or did it just really get cold in here?
Ghosts? Is there ghosts? You're living the dream? That sounds so sarcastic. I don't want to tell them to burn anything. Why does well? I don't think that is the appropriate response from a psychiatrist to tell a patient to burn shit. So what does it then move on to? He burns the photos today, he burns the rocking chair tomorrow, he burns me the day after, what? What were you doing on Valentine's Day?
I was at Henley Church on Valentine's Day, visiting Hannah's grave. It's the anniversary of her death. Her parents wanted a huge funeral with all the trimmings. Hannah would never have come for it. It does give me somewhere to visit. I got to write the epitaph.
I just got cold. Did you guys hear that? So Hannah died on the same date that Dr. Dekker was murdered. He has motive. He definitely has motive. He blames Dr. Dekker for the loops. What happens if Dr. Dekker was involved in the crash? What happens if he blames him for the loops? Maybe he's replaying the day of the crash and he sees it. And he blames him for having to see that every day. There's a motive. Nathan might be my number one suspect too. King Lazy thinks he's a liar. Hitting it cold, aka wants to light fire. You're right, King Lazy, you're so smart. It could be Queen Lazy that's talking.
I left Henley Church about 11 o'clock on Valentine's Day. I was talking to
11
an
a.m.?
archaeologist who said it then covered some fossils resembling a strange cephalopod-like creature.
Or 11 p.m.
Strange place to find an octopus, really. What? Do you think I've got something to do with Dr. Dekker's murder? Maybe you should ask your assistant who Dekker saw that day.
Didn't the gravedigger work for Henley Church? Bryce? He's connected to a lot of people right now. Hold on. I need a fresh sheet of paper. Shit. Right, so Jasmine and Bryce are connected. They met at the art gallery. Okay? Nathan went to Henley Church at 11. I'm not sure if that's day or night. On Valentine's Day. Oh God! Oh, thanks so please. And Hannah died on Valentine's Day. Perished on Valentine's Day. But so did Dr. Dekker. So that's linked. Henley Church is the place that Bryce works as a gravedigger. And Bryce spoke about relics. If you remember on day 1, Bryce spoke about relics and how difficult it was to dig graves. Because they couldn't have any mechanical tools, they could only do it by hand. That's interesting. Nathan then spoke about an octopus, which is obviously a relic they must have found that day. So that's really interesting. Let's go on. Let's ask another question. Are they not all in it together? Well, there's definitely a link of 3 people right now. Bryce and Jasmine, Bryce and Nathan. Nathan and Jasmine aren't connected, but Bryce, Jasmine, Bryce, Nathan. So Bryce is the common denominator so far. But he does have an alibi for that time of night, and that's Jasmine. Do we know if she's lying about the time of night, the alibi, maybe she didn't see him? Just saying. Nathan is involved so far. So bad. Okay. Well, let's ask him, what were you doing at the time of the murder?
It was a missed call. It was Valentine's Day, so I wasn't in the mood for conversation.
What was a missed call? So what were you doing? That doesn't answer the question. What? I feel like that was an evasive answer. So he doesn't have an alibi. No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
We walk alone without our angel.
We walk alone without our angel. Okay. So Lazy, you're convinced. Nathan, definitely involved. Are you religious? Do you feel lonely? I don't think he's going to be religious. I think he's going to be one of those types that say, no, God, if God was alive, then Hannah wouldn't, suffered that or whatever.
I'm not religious, but when I wrote Hannah's epitaph, I knew her parents would want some acknowledgement of the great bearded one. But she was an angel to me.
Santa?
She was an angel to everyone.
I mean, she seems like she was a nice person.
I've been alone since Hannah. I can't imagine anyone ever replacing her. Not that I've looked. Do you think I should look for someone else?
Should he look for a new girlfriend? I feel like I should do... What does Dr Dekker say and then do the opposite? Because he seems like a really bad guy. Hog says, I'm innocent. You're never innocent. Never. Yeah, Santa Claus, God of the world. Lazy says, no, too soon. Okay, got you. Let's say no. No girlfriend for you.
Thanks, Doctor. I appreciate that. I still don't think I'm ready to move forward in that respect.
He doesn't even think he's ready himself. He's a murderer, he shouldn't be let out. He shouldn't have a girlfriend either. Those should be kept for the good people. The well-behaved. Oh, now we're down to 2. I don't want to tell him to burn anything because I feel like it's going to escalate. We're going to need to say the photos of the chair. I'm going to go with photos.
Photographs it is then.
Got
Let
you.
you know how it goes.
Let's move on to Lacey. She's another new person. So let's see what she's about.